Hey everyone, Magic Man Scott 40k here, back at it with more Dawn of War Soulstorm action. This just happened a couple minutes ago, and I thought I'd share it. I thought it was pretty fun. I'll be playing as Eldar, some Dawn of War Soulstorm. So I picked random, and I ended up getting Eldar, 3v3. For the players, I know this guy, kinda. He beat me before. I never was able to beat this guy. For the other players, I have no idea. I never seen these people before. I never seen this guy or the other players before. But yeah. So I thought this was a really interesting replay. I thought this was pretty unique. I've been playing this game for I've been playing Soulstorm for like a week straight, and this is the first, so I only record ones that are interesting or something special happens. I'm not gonna record every single, replay, right? Only the special ones. And I think this one falls under that. This is a very special replay. It's very unique. And you'll see here in a minute what happens. So I'll go ahead and give you the short version of what happens for people who... I keep getting comments saying I should like show the gameplay faster. So I'm just going to cut to the chase and tell you what happens. But I think this is a really interesting one. So I know I'm fighting Tau. There's two of them. And I know harlequins are pretty good against Tau and rangers. So that's basically the plan. Harlequin and rangers. So that's my plan for Eldar. And this guy here, Sister of Battle, everything is pretty cheap for them. They have a lot of cheap units, cheap buildings. And because of that, this guy actually does a really interesting thing where he just goes straight to the max unit. So you'll see him. This usually never works. This never works in a multiplayer game. Going straight for max. But you'll see here. It's very, and he's wearing like, I would say these are my colors. I have these these are the colors I use. But anyways, this guy just goes straight. He's not really a team player. He just goes straight for the strong unit. And then, I thought that was interesting. When I play Sister of Battle, for me, their strengths are faith, and because their units are cheap, you can make a lot of them. So I always make a big army when I play them. And there's a lot of and Seraphims do really well against Tau, but I thought he was going to do a Seraphim opening. Guard really just plays defense all time. He really struggles against this matchup, which fair enough. I mean, Tau's always a pain in the butt to deal with. So this guy really struggles. So that's basically the short version of what happens. Another thing I want to talk about before I start is I haven't made a video in about 2 weeks. No, yeah, 2 weeks. And the reason for that is I don't want to record like boring videos. I want every recording to be unique and stand out. I want every video to have a cool moment in it. And it took me 2 weeks to find one, which I think is this. This just happened, and I think this counts as a cool moment. This is something to remember. Now I've been doing 4v4s and 3v3s for weeks now, and pretty much all of them played exactly the same. So those ones I just could not record. There's a few of them that were close. There was a few of them where I was like, Will this be a good video? Would that be a good, like, every time I play, I'm like, would that be a good video? Like, that's the question I ask. So, but I think this one counts. I think this is a good one. To me, this one's pretty funny. I thought this was like one of the funnier replays. But yeah, that's the main reason I haven't made a video in a while. It wasn't because I've been playing different games. It wasn't because some movie came out. It's just pretty much every 3v3 and 4v4 went down exactly the same way every time. That's pretty much it. For me, if you're wondering what I've been up to these past 2 weeks, I've been playing Just Cause 3, but I put 40 hours into it, and then it really jammed up, and I couldn't play it anymore. I don't know what happened. And then I've been playing a lot of anime games that are free, like Wuthering Waves. I don't know if you guys heard of that one, but that game is really, really fun. I don't understand a word they're saying, but man, that game is really, really fun. I was confused from the moment I started up to the moment I quit the game, but I still come back to it. It's a fantastic game. Highly recommend. If you guys never played Wuthering Waves, free. So yeah, that's why I've been bouncing back and forth. It's Soulstorm, Just Cause 3, and Wuthering Waves. Those are like the games I've been bouncing back and forth, if you guys are wondering. And yeah, I think that sums it up. So it's Eldar, Guard, Sister Battle, Tau. I think I have played with this guy before, Hugo 60,000. I'm not sure. I know I think I played with him before, and I'm almost positive I played with him before. These two players, I have no idea. I don't think I ever played with this guy before. And I don't think I ever played with this guy before. What's funny is I've been playing this game for like weeks straight, and I'll run into someone who has like 500 games played, and I have no idea who he is. That's kind of what's happening here. I think these guys have 500 games played or more, and I just have absolutely no idea who they are. But yeah. So I think I'll get it started here. Yeah, so I think this is one of the funnier ones. So I'll just go ahead and get started. I always do 3 builders. They're dirt cheap. You can see here they're 45 points. So I just go ahead and make 3 builders. Guard has a super slow opening. But once they get set up, they're basically invincible. But you'll notice, like, it's hard to capture your points fast with Guard. So you'll notice Guard has a lot of openings. Oh yeah, and Space Marine does a turret. Okay, the turret's not here, but he'll do a turret here in a second. Yeah, I heard Rangers are good against Tau and Harlequins. And I was gonna do other stuff, but you'll see here, I get pressured, and it's really hard to make decisions when you're under pressure. Here I put down a mine. This is anti-stealth suit, anti-Vespid. I don't think this mine ever goes off, though. This mine never once goes off. Sister Battle already going tier 2. Sister Battle will be tier 3 in here in a little bit. It's honestly not a bad idea to go straight to tier 2 with sisters. I'm not fast forwarding because Tao's gonna be here in a bit. And it took me a minute to react to it. Here we go. Okay, this is the first fight. Again, it's really hard to make decisions while you're being pressured. So I can see why, you know, if this guy makes mistakes, is like it's really hard to do this in the heat of the moment. He is repairing. He repaired the turret. Captured his point. Good job. Looks like he has one squad, right? Yeah, one squad, 3 builders. So now Tao and so I help out a little bit, and then Space Marine shows up. My plan is to go straight to tier 2. So I go tier 2 here in a bit, and go for harlequins. Now to be honest with you, I'm not. I'll be honest. Okay, so I'll be honest with you. I have like, I want to say 500 hours in Dark Eldar and Imperial Guard. But when it comes to actual Eldar, I have maybe like 5 hours total. So my Eldar gameplay is going to be trash. I really just avoid... I avoid this faction. I don't play them. So my Eldar gameplay is going to be trash. When I do play Eldar, I just copy other people. I'm just too lazy to create my own playstyle. So this playstyle here, I just copied it from someone else. And it's pretty common for Tau to jump over this wall. Like, it's pretty... You see that a lot. And this Tau player, he goes straight to tier 2. But with Tau, it's a lot harder, I think. It's much more difficult for them to... Sisters went tier 2 pretty easy. But I think for Tau, it's much harder. So... We'll see. Again, it's really hard to make decisions during all this nonsense. I think this is already a pretty unique opening. So, you usually just never attack guard because their defense is too strong. So it's really, really interesting, to me at least, as a veteran, to see someone attack guard right away. This is like the one faction you never attack because it's just not worth it. Again, they have a very, very slow opening. So if guard would have gotten all set up, I think he would have been fine. Tau commander almost down. The command squad had nothing on it. No priest, no psyker. So I think, yeah, so I'm going tier 2 now. So I'll be tier 2 here in a bit. Oh yeah, another reason I have not made a video in 2 weeks is because every match was like 5 minutes. Every player I went up against, either I ran into a lot of cheaters and a lot of tryhards. You can see Tau. I would say Tau's tryharding, right? He's controlling this. He's controlling this. He's controlling that. I would call that tryharding. If you're controlling all this, and pretty much every player I went up against tryharded. It does make the game more interesting when you're going all out, but it's actually every player. Every player I went up against tryhards, and it's exhausting, to be honest with you. Okay, there's space. Okay, he makes 2 turrets, which is odd. He's not getting hurt. Usually you make a turret when you know you're being attacked. Like turrets are more of a self-defense thing. If that makes sense. It's not really an attack thing. It's more of a self-defense sort of thing. Good job fending off 2 commanders. That's pretty difficult. Sisters tier 2. So this vehicle here does massive commander damage. So you really only need 1 or 2 of these to kill a commander. So you'll see the Tau commander, he's already in the yellow, right? You can see here he's in the yellow. And you'll see how much commander damage this thing does. It's pretty ridiculous. That's pretty much the only thing this thing, that's its job, I would say. It does really very high commander damage, and that's pretty much it. That's like his only job. Sisters don't really have a way of dealing with commanders, not really. So now it wasn't yellow. Okay, it went from yellow to dead in like 3 shots, which is pretty ridiculous considering how strong commander armor is. And then sister gets the slag. Does the other guy have slag? Nope. I think so he's tier 1. Almost tier 2. No tier 2 from here. Okay, so the other team is pretty much nowhere close to tier 2. Okay, so here I make fire dragons because I noticed the turret. I was also going to make like 3 harlequins. Harlequins do pretty high building damage. So I was just going to do that. Tau runs away from this missionary for some reason. Missionary does like 0 damage to everything in the game. Missionary is kind of useless. So I kind of start my harlequin spamming. And I make a so sisters killed like 5 builders. This guy had like 5 builders on this thing. And I think this vehicle like one-shots him. Again, just crazy. Like when it comes to small units and commanders, it does ridiculous damage. When it comes to like if anything has armor like Space Marines, it does like no damage, like at all. But if it's lightly, it's basically a light class killer and commander damage. That's like his only 2 things it's good at. But yeah, I'm starting to cap the relic. I'll get that here in a bit. I make a warlock because of stealth suits. Here I have no clue what's happening. I had no idea Sisters was doing this. Not a bad idea, honestly. It takes a while for Tau to unlock anti-vehicle. This guy's nowhere close to getting anti-vehicle, so this guy can just... Sisters can really do whatever he wants right now. There's no answer right now, so... right now, Sisters can just walk right over this guy. See how quickly this builder goes down if it attacks. It's not crazy damage, I guess. But you do have like 10 seconds to react. So already this thing has like 6 kills. And you can't escape this vehicle. It's the fastest vehicle in the game. You can't escape it. Okay, so it's killing all the builders. These builders are pretty cheap. They're like 60 points. But yeah, you can't escape this vehicle. It's the fastest in the game. I use my Mine War attack on the commander. You can see here he's got the missile launcher. Here we do kind of a push. Here I do my Psychic Storm. These are low health guys, so the Psychic Storm should do quite a bit. So they went from full health to yellow. That's pretty good. This guy, I had no idea what Space Marine was doing, so I had no clue. First Harlequin of the game. It looks like it hurts your friendly units, which I didn't know. So you can see here I got a few kills. All these red stuff here, that's from the Harlequin. But it looks like it hurt my own units, which I didn't realize that's how it worked. Again, I have like 5 hours on Eldar. Now Tau makes a bunch of anti-vehicle, which makes sense. And here I don't really have anything. Oh, and again, I had no idea Sisters was doing this. But you can see here, Sisters is tier 3. This is pretty expensive. And it's very slow to get these guys out. So I'm actually shocked. The one problem is they're very low health. So anything can kill these things in like 2 shots. Yeah, I had no idea Sisters was tier 3. There's no chat or anything like that. And Guard is honestly still recovering from that first attack. He never fully recovered. He lost a lot of... he lost like 3 turrets and... he had to capture this point again. So he lost a lot of stuff. Here I make the fire dragons for the turret. But I didn't react in time. I'm trying to save my rangers. My rangers are very expensive. But yeah, I couldn't react in time. I didn't know Tau had all this. So my fire dragons just go down. Kind of a wasted unit. Tau sees the slag. Good job. Another Harlequin. I don't know if this Harlequin does anything. Half the Harlequins just die instantly. Here I made a webway gate just to hide in. I got another webway gate over here. So I think my rangers are in here. Here I get the Psychic Storm ability. And you can see Tau and Space Marines working together. It's really annoying. I'm not sure why he made Assault Marines. Couldn't tell you there. Good job from Guard. Going Plasma for some reason. I'm not sure if Plasma is... You don't really need... I would say Plasma is not a good idea against Tau. So there it is. There's the Psychic Storm upgrade. My plan was just to throw that out there, then that's it. So I accidentally... you can see there... you can see there... I tried to use my Harlequin ability on this squad here. And I ended up killing all of Guard. And Guard never said anything. But yeah, I accidentally killed, like... There's 3 bodies there. There's like 6 bodies there. And these plasma guns are not cheap at all. They're very expensive. But I think I killed like 15 guardsmen. So that's a big whoops. I'm not sure if the Harlequin even works on Space Marine because they're just so armored. They're just armored like crazy. So you can see here I'm getting like focused down which I think is the right thing to do against Eldar because they're just so powerful. I think focusing Eldar down first is not a bad idea at all. But yeah, I kind of have just harlequin spam. And here I just really need help. I can't fight this off by myself. I really need help. Now harlequins are very expensive, so eventually I'll run out of money here. And I got some Celestians out and Repentias. I'm not sure why the Repentias, but hey. I guess Repentias for the Assault Marines. And there you go. A 10-minute tier 4, which is pretty crazy. Celestians are pretty expensive. Those vehicles from before are expensive. Basically everything's expensive. So I'm actually shocked. I'm very shocked. Like, this squad here is expensive. It's crazy that he hit tier 4. I'm not even sure if Taos is even... Okay, he is tier 2. Space Marine looks like he's still tier 1. He's doing an all-in tier 1 push, which is working, you know. Props to him. Big sword ability. Look at that. All of Tao's gone. And there's no way they can deal with Living Saint. There's absolutely no way. My Harlequin's getting some sync kills. Very nice. Just a lot of death everywhere. Yeah, I could not expect a tier 4 Living Saint. That's very difficult. My fastest tier 4 I think was like 13 minutes of orcs. So this guy beat me by 3 minutes. $10-minute tier 4 is actually very hard to pull off. It's very difficult. Eventually I stopped making Harlequins because it gets kind of silly after a while. I do appreciate how... I appreciate how they see the Living Saint and they're still going. Where is it? Oh, I lost track of it. Wow, it's a lot of dead bodies. You can see all these dead bodies here. Okay, I actually lost track of the Living Saint. But yeah, I do appreciate that they see it and still keep going. Usually, the moment you see a tier 4 unit, you just give up. I really appreciate that they keep going here. Assault Marines make sense against Guard. Really just needs a Grey Knight unit. If he had Grey Knights, he'd be fine. But yeah, Harlequins are crazy expensive, and I don't really have any economy. Here I do my Super Blast again. Super Blast. This looks really cool. I just really like the way this looks. That looks really nice. And it does crazy high damage to buildings. I don't know why, but it does massive building damage. And you can see there it wasn't enough to win. Alright, Space Marine quits. I'm not sure why. I think is he still tier 1? Yeah, he's still tier 1. But he's giving me trouble. I made like 10 Harlequins and I'm still losing. So his tier 1 push is working, I would say. And I'm really struggling against these Space Marines. I used all my abilities and they're still around. Looks like Guards, yeah, he's got Basilisk. See, now he's got a really nice setup. Look at that. Like I said, once Guard gets set up, they're really hard to deal with. It's a great job there. Fantastic job. And here I think I totally forgot about my Rangers. I just completely forgot about them. The Living Saint like totally threw me off. I was like, what is going on? Now the Living Saint's over here, just causing trouble. Here, again, it's really hard. The game becomes a lot harder when you apply pressure. So I'm applying pressure to this guy. But yeah, you can see that ability there, Kiss of Death. It killed 15 guardsmen. So it's a pretty good ability, I would say. And yeah, I would say Sisters definitely saved me. Here I get cloaking. I figured if this guy wants to disappear, I can disappear too. So now we're both playing the disappearing game. Did he ever get the slag? No, no one got the slag. I think this Tau guy quits after a while. Yeah, there's no shot you can kill this thing. You would need like 10 minutes of shooting to kill it. And then once, I think this guy here was the host. But you can see here the game like froze. He's actually, I think he's almost tier 4. Yeah, I would say he's pretty much, he's very close to tier 4. So good job to him. I would say guard recovered. He looks fine now. I don't think this whole plasma gun thing was the right choice, but everything else looks fine. He's buying another Basilisk. I like his base setup. This is actually pretty decent. These turrets right here do nothing. But besides that, the rest of it looks fine. And Sisters, they did have the slag for a while. I see here there's no Faith. That's kind of depressing. Faith is like their whole gimmick. Yeah, I'm actually very impressed. Sisters made all their very expensive units. Every unit you saw was very expensive. And you can see here I have like no money at all. So it's really hard to make an army on this map. There's just not enough resources. So, and here I finally get my land back. You can see here I'm just now capturing my land. Right when the game ends. So somehow I managed to hold off and survive. It was like 3 Fire Warrior squads, a bunch of Stealth Suit squads, a Force Commander, a bunch of Space Marines, all attacking me at once. And I'm really shocked that I survived that. In hindsight, I probably should have cloaked my base earlier, get the stealth upgrade on my base. I should have gotten that earlier, but again, it was really hard to make decisions when you're being attacked. Yeah. I'll go ahead and show you the end screen, but because the match was so short, I think you have an idea of what happened. So funny enough, I got the highest score, and I don't know how. That's a mystery. So I made like 3 units that game. I made like 3 Harlequins, Rangers, Farseer, and that was pretty much it. But somehow I got the highest score. And most of my Harlequins just died instantly. So, yeah, your guess is as good as mine. I really did not do a whole lot that game. And it looks like Space Marine actually got the highest score on the enemy team. It's a good job there. Interesting. So yeah, it looks like Space Marine performed the best. Just massive tier 1 push, which you don't see too often. That's why I wanted to record this one. I thought every build order was pretty interesting and unique. Something you don't see too often. But yeah, I thought this was a really interesting one. And I thought this was kind of funny. The Harlequin just jumping everywhere. And then Living Saint coming out of... Like, I had no idea. I was really close to throwing in the towel. I really was. I was like, there's no way I can bounce back from this. But yeah. Even my super blast move didn't really kill anything. I think I did more damage to my friends than the enemy. Again, I have like 5 hours in Eldar total. So I had no idea that the kiss, did you guys know that the Harlequin kiss hurts your allies? I had no clue how that worked. But yeah, you can see here Sister Battle have resources for days while I was barely, I barely had anything. Somehow I have more resources than Guard, which makes no sense. He had all 3 listening posts up and running. So I actually have no clue how I have more resources than Guard. That makes no sense at all. I don't know. Nothing in this game really made sense. So you can see there I have a really high kill death ratio. I have double, almost triple kill death ratio right there. I think that's because I killed all those guardsmen accidentally. The way I thought it worked was it does 1,000 damage to a squad. To one squad. I thought that's how Harlequin Kiss worked. So say a squad has 4,000 health, and you use a Harlequin Kiss, it should have 3,000 health because it does 1,000 damage. To me, that's how it worked. So yeah, I guess that's it. There's nothing really more to say. I guess Living Saint honestly didn't even do that much. That fire sword attack killed 2 squads, and then after that, it didn't really do anything. But yeah. Yeah, I've been playing this game for years, and a 10-minute tier 4 is... You really don't see that every day. Anyways, I'm not sure how much more I can add on here, so I think I'm just going to end it there. I thought this was pretty funny. I had no clue that was going to happen. I was in the dark. All I wanted to do was help out Guard. Guard was under attack. I just wanted to give them a hand. And after that, I'll be honest with you, when everybody was attacking me, I just kind of pressed buttons. I didn't really know what I was doing. I was really pressured, right? When I'm calm, I can make decisions easy. But with all the fighting going on, I was kind of freaking out. So my gameplay kind of went downhill after that. But yeah, I'm glad I got saved, and it's still odd to me that I got most kills. I think most of that is probably friendly fire. But yeah. If you guys thought this one was cool, let me know. And thanks for watching. I'm hoping the next video won't take another 2 weeks, but we'll see. It really has the thing about me is it has to be unique and like special, and I thought this one was unique enough to share it. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you next one. Bye.